in October of 22, I was experiencing rectal bleeding. This went on for a few weeks. I ignored the symptoms, thinking that it would rectify itself. It wasn't until a few weeks later where I discussed this with my family, and they thought it would be better if I were to contact a physician. And on January the 3rd, I got a call during lunch that it was colon cancer and that I should see a specialist immediately, in which he referred me to Dr. Caliendo.
So when Matthew Barbato first presented as a young man, he was 36 and he was recently diagnosed with colon cancer. I performed a flexible sigmoidoscopic exam in the office with him awake. I did identify where the tumor was, and then we had him obtain a CT scan of the chest, abdomen, and pelvis to see if the tumor cancer had spread, and also an MRI of the pelvis to further delineate the tumor invasiveness, if you will, and to actually get a preoperative stage of that tumor.
I remember very vividly speaking with Dr. Caliendo after my internal exam, the first day I met him, sitting in his office, and what he said to me was, "I'm going to treat you as if you were one of my sons." That was big, because I get emotional again. It was big because it was scary. And you want someone to be able to speak to you and respect you and treat you as if they were one of your own. That's exactly what I felt.
So the good news, the CT scan showed no evidence of any spread. There was no metastatic disease, but the MRI showed it to be a lot more invasive than we initially thought. And so Matthew needed preoperative chemotherapy and radiation prior to surgery.
The MRI that I received after speaking to Dr. Caliendo revealed that I was actually stage 3 colon cancer. It was stage 3 because I had spread through my lymph nodes. I was shocked. With no history of colon cancer, it was difficult to hear.
After he completed the course of radiation and chemotherapy, he had an excellent response. The tumor was almost undetectable, and actually a follow-up MRI showed that there was almost no existing tumor remaining. Then when I removed the tumor, or what was the area where the tumor was located and the lymph nodes, everything examined under the microscope showed no evidence of any cancer whatsoever.
I am cancer-free as of September of 23. I'm kind of emotional saying that. And setting me up for the pre-surgical suite to the nurses walking me into the operating room, making me feel comfortable, talking me through everything. And then, in my stay here, it was, again, treated with much respect. My family felt comfortable, and I really had everything I needed and was explained everything.
Screening is 45 for asymptomatic patients, but anyone with any possible symptoms of colorectal cancer, which is rectal bleeding, pain, weight loss, changes in bowel habits, those are symptoms that should not be ignored and absolutely lead to screening colonoscopy.
If there's one message I'd like to say is don't ignore your symptoms, don't wait too long. They say colonoscopies is when you begin getting them when you're 45 years old. If you could do it sooner, please do. Do not self-diagnose. Speak about your symptoms. Don't ignore your symptoms and lay off the Google.